REA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Throwing, Duggan. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. On first down, it's Herbert. It's caught by Davis. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the sideline and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. And they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Now Herbert going to change the look. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. Touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Duggan looking to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Duggan. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. The Niners at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Jackson, the man in motion right. Duggan. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Duggan to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Duggan will look to throw this. A throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Duggan now to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Herbert going to change the play here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. For a Charger touchdown. Anthony Schwartz with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 14-0. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to?
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Deion Henley. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. To throw again on second down. Duggan.
He gets it complete to Jackson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Dugan, flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
That is caught. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st down, Dugan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Duggan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
At the 4-yard line.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Now receiver in motion left. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
A 21-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, Dugan. Got his man, that's Luke Musgrave. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing on 2nd and long. Duggan. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They'll send Caldwell in motion right. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
5-9, 5-9. Hey, Ray. Why did they hop?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. 33 yards that time.
First down, Chargers.
Baylor tight. Crowd right. 21. Go.
Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, Dugan. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
59.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, Catholic, 21. Baylor tight.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Hey, we go orange. Ready?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Ram. Hey, Ray.
Herbert back to the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deion Henley. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Hey, go Lion. 12. Let's go. Hey, Ram.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Herbert changing things up.
Crowd right. 59. 12.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Hey, Catholic. 21.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Anthony Schwartz, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quay Walker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Extra point try now from Dicker. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
49ers nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Throwing, Duggan. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Duggan looking to throw. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. To throw is Duggan. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, second down.
At the 26-yard line.
Oh, he bowls over it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Duggan. That's complete out left to Ayuk. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6. Here's Duggan to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers points are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Moody good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Breaks a tackle. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Charger drive about to get going. And it would seem as if their three-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Home trips right.
Herbert now. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. Been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Baylor Tiger. Hey, easy, easy, easy. We'll go orange, orange, orange. Go, let's go. Hey, ram.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
49ers 7.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Duggan now to throw. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Duggan will look to throw this. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Hey, go Lion.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chargers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.